Hello everyone, this is Alexander Bernstein for the Bernstein Method, continuing this series of videos on tension in piano playing. So in the last video we talked about the fact that you need to balance tension and relaxation in piano playing. You need to have tension in the right places and you need to have relaxation in the right places. And this video we want to start talking about where the tension needs to be. So it might go without saying, but tension needs to be there in order to press the keys down. If you have relaxation in certain parts of the body where you shouldn't, whenever you're trying to push a key down, then it's not going to be a reliable attack. So primarily, the tension needs to be in these two knuckles of the fingers. And we'll have another video on the thumb because it operates a little bit differently. But these two knuckles, and absolutely you can engage this knuckle too. That often gives you more power, but at the very least you need to be engaging the fingers in that motion. And the best way to kind of ensure that you're doing this is to actually put your fingers on the wood of the piano and feel like you're pulling against the wood so that you feel the actual press of your finger against the surface. And you know you're doing the right approach by kind of noticing that your nail goes white at the tip. And you'll often maybe feel even a slight shake in your wrist, and you'll notice that the arch is still there. What becomes quite bad is when we get that type of attack where the knuckle breaks down. And the reason that's bad is because the speed of the tip of the finger becomes inconsistent. Keys on the piano and the sound that the hammers produce is most reliable whenever the key makes an accelerated movement down to the bottom. So if you break your knuckle, it actually slows the key descent at the end because you don't have that continued motion down to the bottom. The key is actually able to press the finger back up. So in all of your attacks, you want that motion to be there, even if it's very slight, because you only need it until the key reaches the bottom. And then we'll talk about what needs to happen after that. But one thing that I want to mention is that I often hear so often from students who are kind of struggling with certain technical aspects that they don't know how to keep a relaxed wrist while they play, or they've been told that they need to have firm fingers and a relaxed wrist, or that their forearms lock up. And the thing I want to say is just get rid of this idea that your wrist needs to be relaxed when you're playing. There's no anatomical or biological way to have a relaxed wrist while your fingers are pushing the keys down. And the best way to demonstrate this is to just completely relax your hands and move your wrists in circular motions with relaxed fingers. So the movement is quite free and it's quite open, and you have quite a range. Now, if you go and push your fingers and do what I was saying before, to press the tips of your fingers against the wood, and then try and move your wrist in that same way, you notice you can still do it, but the movement is incredibly restricted, and you'll get tired after a while of trying to do it. So we need this tension in order to push the keys down. And if that tension restricts the wrist, then there's nothing we can do about that. We cannot actually physically push a note down and have a relaxed wrist at the same time. So get rid of the idea of having firm fingers with a relaxed wrist. But what we can do, and what we're going to discuss in future videos, is we can actually relax the fingers in between attacks, so that we get this kind of tension, relaxation, this alternating kind of string of pearls of tension and relaxation that happens between every note, which means that the wrist can actually relax a lot, and that releasing of tension will keep the technique efficient and conserve so much energy and increase range of motion and speed, and it'll have all these benefits. But at the actual moment of attack, when you need the tension in the finger to push the key down, you're going to be tense, and there's nothing you can do about it, and just own it. Own it and don't apologize for it. If you figure out where to relax after that, you'll know your body will adjust to that. And I'll see you in the next video.